Hello, friends. Welcome back. So now in this session, we'll design a Turing machine that computes the functions. So what this function can be any valid input, okay? And if we take the x mod 3, so for any valid input, if we take the mod 3, what would be the answer and how this will be computed by Turing machine? So it's simple. So let's look for the pattern and the logic how the Turing machine can compute this. So you if observe the patterns, if we take 0 mod 3, you'll get the remainder as 0. If we take 1 mod 3, you will get the remainder as 1. If you take 2 mod 3, the remainder will be 2. And thereafter, so we go for 3 mod 3, you'll receive the same 0 mod. 4 mod 3, you will receive 1 as a reminder. 5 mod 3, it will give you 2 as a reminder. And henceforth, this will be continued. So what the meaning is, whatever the natural number is, if you take the mod, either you would get the remainder as 0 or 1 or 2. So what is the logic and how we can ask the Turing machine to compute with its finite number of states are, first is it has to remember how many ones the Turing machine has seen. So one terminology is we need a particular distinct states for remembering 0 reminder, 1 reminder and 2 reminder. Now, single note of this, you take a note of it. Input X should be available on tape in a unary format. So we cannot process the binary patterns. So for an example, how the input is represented as, if I wanted to take X mod 3, 5 mod 3, and 5 is my input. So this 5 is represented on your Turing machine tape as 5 ones. Okay, now this is a simple terminology. So if I have 100 to be processed, so 100 ones should have been there on my tape, should be there on my tape. So let's proceed further. So one thing is sure, that now how to process this. So one thing is sure, that I should have a 3 distinct state in my Turing machine, which remembers reminder 0, which remembers remind 1, and which remembers reminder 2. Okay, this is for sure. And we need to count the total number of ones available on my input tape. That will decide what would be the reminder along with the number of states I will have in my Turing machine. So let's look with an example. So what I'm saying is, so we'll follow the example first and then we'll look ahead. So uh, by the time, so what we wanted the answer, which is a valid tape alphabet. So in that case, so if reminder is 0, okay, the answer, if it is 0, A will be outputted on tape. If reminder is 1, then B will be updated on tape. If the reminder is 2, C will be available on tape. So depending upon the reminder, the answer would be available either in the form of capital A, capital B, or capital C on the tape. This is my answer. Answer means either reminder is 0, 1 or 2. Now look at this state chart diagram. So this is for sure that I'll require, I wanted to remember the reminder 0, reminder 1 and reminder 2. So this Q2 state remembers, being in this state, the reminder is always 0. Being in Q3 state, the reminder is always 1. And being in Q4 state, the reminder is always 2. So three distinct state I need to have if I'm processing a certain input, and this is with the help of this pattern. So at any particular time, my reminder would be 0, 1 or 2. So three different state is responsible to remember the reminders. I hope you remember this. And now how this Turing machine has been designed. So we'll follow with the examples as if now we are processing x equal to 5. So 5 ones are available on tab. So I hope how to read this configuration. So I am in Q0 state. I am in a Q0 state, and I am underneath character is null and x is still to be processed. Now this is my initial configuration. Now according to this logic, what the logic says, so Turing machine is trying to go over this once on its right hand side null first, and then it keeps on left in counting the total number of ones, and once the counting ends, it will write its answer on the particular tape. I'll repeat. Once the input is given on the tape, so the Turing machine is trying to read every alphabet one till on the right hand side null it will reach to, and then from this null it tries to read the input from its left one by one and start counting on it. Now follow this input on the given particular our state chart diagram. So being in Q0, if you are reading null, the underneath character, so null will be replaced by null and we'll move ahead to Q1 state. So this is null will be replaced by null and the move will head to right. So we are in Q1. Now from Q1, I wanted to go across the input and try to find the last null which is available. So henceforth, for every one which will be available on the input, we'll replace it as it is and move towards right, and this will continue till the last null we will encounter on tap. So this is something like, so being in Q1, if one is available, we see so from multiple moves I'm directly taking this. He says this is in a single step and this is in a multiple step. I'll reach to Q2 when my input is available on last one. Okay, so what the terminology is, see, from this state will being in Q1 reading one, so we'll go to Q1 and left it as it is. The pointer will move to next one. Being in Q1, next one, I'll retain the Q1 state by replacing one by one. I will move ahead till we'll receive this rightmost null. So whenever the condition would hold true, being in Q1, if you receive null, so this would be the condition. Being in Q1, you receive null, so that null will be replaced by null and we move towards left now. Okay, so this is the, after multiple steps, I'll reach to this step. While writing this null by null, we switch back to Q2 and move towards left. Now from this process onwards, we'll try to read how many ones we have seen. Okay, now being see what the condition is, being in Q2, if we receive one. Okay, so what the corresponding action supposed to be taken, I am nullifying this one, means I have processed this one. So the Turing machine remembers this by putting this one sorry, so keeping this one by replacing this one by null and move towards left. Okay, and by that time we supposed to change our state. So why we need to change the states? Because I'm counting for each one, I'm changing the state. Okay, whenever you read a first one, okay, see this condition is being in Q2, if you read the one, so this one will be replaced by null and we supposed to move towards left. The pointer of the head supposed to move to the left, and simultaneously we are switching our state from Q2 to Q3. So same terminology is hold here. So from Q2, if I am started to reading the next one, so I'll read one we read, so replace this by null, change our state from Q2 to Q3 and move towards left. Okay, now we are, the state is counting that I have seen single one. Okay, so one if you have, so one if you have, so remainder would be one itself. So you are changing to a particular state which remembers what would be the remainder one. Okay, how after how many ones we have seen. Understood this? Now next, if you go across to the next configuration, so this would be the second one what we are going across. Being in Q3, if you receive one, so same terminology, being in Q3, if you receive one, I'll remember this I have processed this, so this one will be replaced by null and will move towards right, sorry, move towards left. So how it is done? So this one will be replaced by this null and we to move towards left by changing the state from Q3 to Q4. I am in this state. Okay, how many ones I have processed? 2 ones. Okay, so 2 ones you process, the remainder is always 2. This is how the machine remembers this. Now next onwards, being in Q4, if the next is 1, okay, so I am moving to read the third one. Okay, so just go back and replace this one by null and go towards left. So this third one will be replaced by null and we are switching back to Q2. Why? Because after reading 3 ones, if you take the remainder is always 0. So I need to switch back to a particular state which remembers after 3 ones the remainder is 0, and this continues. So this continues from Q2. If remainder is 1, then switch back to next Q3 after nullifying this 1. Okay, so this would be the condition. I'm switching back from Q2 to Q3. Now from Q3, if 1 exists, this is the 5th one, so I need to switch back from Q3 to Q4, next state. Okay, for 5, I suppose 5 elements we have. So this one will be replaced by null and we move towards left. So this is the leftmost null which is available. Now we'll come back to the conclusion that there are no more ones are left, means my input is exhausted, because what the procedure I went across, see, starting with the first, I reached to the rightmost null and then switch back to read one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then if we read to this null, the machine concludes that the input is exhausted. Okay, so it takes its decision. So being in Q4 means what is the remainder is? It's a 2. Okay, so being in Q4, if you are reading null, okay, so this would be the condition where it is switching back to an accepting state, so where this null will be replaced by C. So what C is? This is a tape alphabet which stands for 2. Remainder 2 would be available on input. So it takes its, after replacing this null by C, it goes towards right. So this would be your condition. So from Q4, after reading null, the machine state that the input will get exhausted. So it goes to HA, halting state, and replace this current null by the answer which is expected. We took the exit from this state. So remainder is always C, means 2. Now the same condition would be true if we exit from this state, the remainder would be B, means this remainder is 1. And if we would have taken the exit from this state, my remainder would be A, means the answer would be 0. So this is the process how your particular input, which is X, if we are try to mod it with 3, the machine tries to compute this with this state chart diagram, which are the nothing but the moves of your machines. So is it been specified? The conclusion is did we accepted this thing? Yes. So we started with the original configuration where we started with Q0, underneath character is null, and X is still to be processed. And with 0 or more step, this is my final configuration where I reach to this HA. So HA stands for accept, halt with accept. Okay, And once you taken the halt, the result is available on your TEP. So C stands for after processing 5, reminder is C. So C is nothing but it's my TEP alphabet, which is reminder is it's showing 2. I hope you understand. The logic is very simple. I need to only count number of ones that are available on my input and accordingly switch back to state. Okay, is it clear? Now it can be easily modified for X mod 2. Okay, how it would be? So if I take X mod 2, the remainder would always be either 0 or 1. 2 will never come through with this. If I am talking about the next input, if the function, if I wanted to modify is X mod 2, remainder would be either 0 or 1. So where I need to make the changes in my input, such a condition, I will have only these two states, which is remembering either 0 or 1. So this state wouldn't be there. So from this state, I would directly come back to this 0th state thereafter. Okay. So this is how you can modify the answer for every mod. As long as this mod gets increased, mod by 3, I will have 3 state, mod by 4, I will have 4 states, and thereafter this terminology can be extended for every mod, and the Turing machine is capable of understanding all the inputs and giving you back the results. I hope you understand this terminology well. To compute the problem statement, any function it can compute, and for this example is X mod 3. How using this state chart diagram, the machine is easily calculates the remainder of the given input. In terms the input, remember that the input is not in terms of binary, it is in terms of unary. So if I have 5, so 5 ones would be available on TEP for processing. I hope you understand this.